Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Conquer College Admissions. Today I'm going to talk all about motivation. If you're new to my channel, be sure to click on the subscribe button where you'll be notified when I release new videos on college admissions, essay tips, resources, and much more. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Julie Kim and I attended UCLA, then transferred to USC Marshall School of Business and attended Harvard University Graduate School of Education, and now I am a college consultant where I help students get accepted into their dream colleges. Staying motivated is tough. Even when I was in high school, college, even grad school, staying motivated and being inspired all the time was something that I actually had to work on. A lot of people think that if you do go to a good school and if you do seem successful on the outside, people think, oh, inspiration just comes to you, motivation just comes to you, but that's really not true. And having done this work for 10 years, and I work with high school students on a daily basis, I see a lot of students who are burnt out and they also just don't know what they need to be doing, right? There's no clarity. They don't know the right questions to ask. There's also a lot of pressure from parents, and some parents are like, oh, you need to go to Ivy League no matter what. Or some parents will say, okay, whatever, like you could do, what you please. So there's a lot of that pressure from parents and even society. And as a high school student, that's just really hard. It's not easy. So today I wanted to take the time to talk about 3 ways that you can gain more clarity and how you can motivate yourself to have the best year ahead in 2019. Tip number 1 is to identify your what and why. So a lot of the times we think, okay, if I want to go to Harvard or if I want to go to UPenn, I need to understand and know all the ways that I'm going to be able to get there. So that's the how, right? But to be successful, all you really need to do is identify the what. So what is it that you want? What is your goal? What is your dream? And then the why. So why do I want that? So for example, my what could be I want to get accepted into Harvard. And then my why is I want to get accepted into Harvard because I'm the first, student to go to college in my family, and I want to work in their neuroscience department. And to me, doing that research and becoming a professional in that industry is so important to me. I want to be successful. I want to work with all the renowned professors there. I want to be the best version of myself. So you see that my why is just very emotional, powerful. At the same time, it is very specific, right? So we want our goals to be as specific as possible. So if you don't have the why, then that's when you lose motivation. You don't really understand, okay, well, yeah, I do want to get into Harvard, but why do I want it? And is my why coming from my parents? Is my why coming from societal pressure? Is why coming from elsewhere other than what I truly want from my heart? So that's why identifying the why is important, because if the why is coming from your parents or if the why is coming from somewhere else, you're not going to be able to sustain for that long. So understanding the what and why is crucial, and the how will just all fall into place. So once you have that, then you'll be like, okay, I want to take this class, and okay, I want to speak with this person because he's in that department. How will all work out? It's just a matter of how motivated you are and how aligned you are with what your goal is and why you want that. So get clear on that. My second tip for staying motivated is act as if you are already there. So basically, when you come from a place of scarcity or you feel like you're not good enough, you're only attracting that energy even more. So let's say, for instance, that my goal is to get accepted into Brown, and they have a medical program there where you could do an 8-year track, right? So it's a very competitive program. So let's say, and you could really replace that goal with your goal, obviously. So let's say my goal is to get accepted into Brown. And so instead of thinking, oh, I want that so bad, I'm so jealous of those people who are already there, what you need to do is act like you're already there. Act like you are already an accepted Brown Pliny student. So if you come from a place of abundance and if you come from a place of confidence, then you think, okay, well, today's Saturday and all my family's out. I could be watching YouTube videos. Well, you should be watching this one, but I could be watching YouTube videos on video games and then go out with my friends to eat Starbucks or, eat In-N-Out or whatever, right? So then you have to think, okay, I'm already a student who is accepted into Brown and I am already there. So what would that person do? What would your future version do if they were also in this situation when you have an option to either study for whatever you do to study or binge watch YouTube videos all day long, right? So you're coming from a place of your future self, not from a place of right now. Because right now you think, well, I'm not even there yet. I'm not that smart. I'm tired. I'm burnt out, blah, blah, blah. You have all these negative energy, right? So you really need to come from a place of your future self, the future self that you aim to be. And this has been one of the most powerful practices. And I also use that as well. And I always come from a place of what would the future Julie do? What would the future educator or leader do in this situation? So it's worked for me. It's worked for so many of my students. And so I highly encourage you to work on that because that's really going to change even the little action steps that you take. The last action step I have for you to stay motivated and grounded is to be consistent. I know that you're probably like, duh, well, obviously that's what everyone else does. But a lot of the time students set goals. So they say, I want to get straight A's. I want to get accepted into UPenn. I want to get accepted into the best program possible. I want this scholarship. We set all of these goals, and when they don't work out, they're like, well, whatever, I'm not the smart one. And so, you start spitting out all the excuses. So what I mean by show up every day is something that my colleague Alan had always shared with us in my podcast, is that no matter what, you need to show up every single day. So you can't just study one day and not study another and hope for the best. Every day you need to discipline yourself, and that's why the why factor that I mentioned in the beginning of the YouTube video, tip number 1, is so important, because if your why is clear, then you will show up every day. So you need to understand your style to show up every day. Are you a morning person or are you a night person? Do you like working at Starbucks or do you like working at home? What is it that you need, or in terms of environment, that's really going to get you to show up every single day? It's like the analogy that my friend shared with me, which is that, when you go out and work out at a gym, just because you don't have that six-pack the next day, doesn't mean that you're not going to go anymore, right? So you have to think about the college admission process exactly the same way. You need to show up for your classes. You need to study in advance. You need to study for your SAT and ACT every single day if your goal is to take it within a couple of months. So just if you show up every day, you don't even have time to think about all the negative thoughts and worries that you have, right? And in the YouTube video comments, I always see students write like, oh, I'm still procrastinating, and I'm watching your YouTube video by procrastinating. It's like, well, you're saying that you're procrastinating, but at the same time you're looking for that end result or that dream of yours. It's contradictory, right? So make sure that you learn to show up every day, create your own habit. If you like to see a video on how to build habits that will last a lifetime, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below, and I'll go ahead and do a video on that as well. That's it, you guys. I hope you found this video helpful and motivational, and I'm also going to link a couple of resources and books and anything else that might help you with motivation. I know that a lot of you guys don't have time to read books, but you could always squeeze in 15 to 20 minutes per day to really learn more about yourself and how you can improve yourself in the college admission process. And if you need additional support with the college admission process and you're really aiming for Ivy Leagues, I am offering a 45-minute strategy session for free, where in the call we'll discuss, your GPA, SAT scores, what extracurricular activities you need to join, and all of that. So if you're interested in that, the link will be down below. And during that call, if I think that you would be a good fit for my program, then I'll let you know. But yeah, take advantage of that, because I really want to be able to identify what areas you should be working on so that you're not wasting your time. We also have a free Facebook group called Conquer College Admissions, and we have hundreds of members in there where we share a lot of blogs, resources, and just good strategies for the college admission process. So if you want a community, go ahead and check that out as well. And lastly, we have our Demystifying College Admissions podcast, where we have guests and experts from all industries to talk about college admission process, different career path, motivation, and much more. All right, you guys, thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back here next week. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.